why Ukraine is so important. The historian don't tell you. It's a mind-blowing deception created by Antichrist Dajjal and his allies. So let me start from the beginning, as I am going to bring multiple subjects because everything is connected to make you understand. We will see in this document how Antichrist Dajjal and his allies playing game from both sides. All of this began from Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. Constantinople is the old name of modern Turkey. The multi-million-dollar question is why Constantinople is so much important, because it is directly linked with the end-time prophecy or end-time alliance between the Muslim world and the Rome, which is Russia today. That's the context we need to understand. Events which have been unfolding. Antichrist Dajjal and his allies has a master plan for Russia. People are so brainwashed, still they not able to distinguish between Russia and Soviet Union. For them, Russia is still a communist country, but I am telling you today, Russia is different one. Because of the prophecy, Antichrist Dajjal's launch attack on Rome from two sides. The first one is recognized Islam represented a greatest threat to Antichrist Dajjal, so the attack on the relationship with Rome. So Muslims have never alliance with the Rome in the future. That's why they created Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire came into being, sure. The Ottoman Empire did many things. That's the praiseworthy. But it's not necessary to reminding that to me, because we find the real reason why they created Ottoman Empire. They came into being to stab a dagger on the half of the world of Islam into the back of the Rome again and again. They came with a bogus doctrine that the Islam enjoying eternal warfare against the non-Muslim world, eternal warfare, eternal jihad, and so Ottoman Empire established for continuous war. In the Quran, Allah called for peace and peace and peace. Should I remind you that the war machine Ottoman Empire war with Orthodox Christian world we know from the Quran. This is the same Christian who support and help in the war at the time of Prophet Muhammad. That's why Antichrist Dajjal destroy the possibility of alliance with the Rome in the future. After the war, eventually Ottoman Empire took control the Constantinople, which is the heart of the Orthodox Christian world. We called him Rome. He stabbed a dagger on the half of the world of Islam in the back of Rome. What you expect from them, love or hate? By taking the greatest cathedral of Rome, Hagia Sophia, they worshipped there for thousands of years. They did more than that. They captured the Christian boy, converted into Islam by forcefully and training them to become a war machine and fight against their own family. Now Antichrist Dajjal move another part of the history, which is directly connected with the Ukraine, Russia. So what they did was in 1907, Britain and France embraced Russia. They used honey to come in a triple alliance, Britain, France and Russia. That the honey they used to trap Russia was, Britain says, if we win the war against Ottoman Empire, you will get Constantinople. That's why Russia came into the war. But they promised Russia to the front door, but they took Constantinople from the back door, like what they did to Arabs. These are the pupils of deception. When the Russian army had fought in the First World War, they suffered the most, and now they're winning the war. Ottoman Empire were collapsing. In that war, Russia army are miles away from the Constantinople. Actually, they don't want Russia to get Constantinople. That's the truth. So What they do? Russian Jews organized and executed Bolshevik revolution which overthrew the Russian monarchy. They killed a leaders and his whole family, overthrew the government, and as a result they took Russia out of the war. For that, Russian army had to stop war and came back and could not go to the Constantinople. In another words, Russian Jews stabbed Russia in the back. They did more than that. They brought communism in Russia. We know communism is not Russia. The normal people don't understand that communism was created to destroy Russia as well as destroy the Orthodox Church in Russia. So they brought communism and Soviet Union. And for the next 50 to 70 years, the Zionists created Soviet Union, waged war in the religion, waged war in the Orthodox Church, killed the priest and closed down the monastery and churches, so on. And then when appropriate time came, Israel came into being. This same Soviet Union opened a door to the millions of Jews to migrate Israel from Russia. If you go today Israel, you will see they speaking the Russian. They are the Russian Jews. Then Soviet Union, 6 years after the Israel came into being, did something strange and mysterious. Crimea is a Russian territory. Crimea is a part of Russia. The Soviet Union suddenly decided to give Crimea as a gift to Ukraine. The multi-million-dollar question is why they did it. The historian don't tell you. So let me tell you, they give Crimea to Ukraine in order to stab Russia in the back again. Because if Russia loses Crimea, it will enhance Israel's security. The Russian Navy based on Crimea, and there is a straight line between the Crimea to Constantinople to get out of the Black Sea and get into the Mediterranean Sea to come Constantinople easily. So they gave Crimea as a gift to Ukraine. They never bother to consult with the people of Crimea as well as Russian people what they want. No, they don't ask. They did more than that. They just not give Crimea to Ukraine, but earlier they give eastern Ukraine. And we know also the part of Russia and Soviet Union gives as a gift to Ukraine. Why? The multi-million-dollar question is why they did it. When the proper moment come, the same people who brought down the Soviet Union are the same force working on that destabilizing Russia. They are master in that. Now you know it was the great deception of Antichrist Dajjal and his allies to collapse Soviet Union because they didn't need anymore, like tomorrow didn't need you, O Saudi Arabia. So they brought down the Soviet Union. Why? So that Ukraine might merge as independent states. That sounds strange, right? Of course, it will be a danger for Russia. They prepared the way and now you emerge as independent states. So the rope is Russian neck now. From that day, relation between Russia and Ukraine is always problematic. But the people of Ukraine have the good sense and the wisdom to appoint a government that was pro-Russian. But now Antichrist Dajjal and his allies came back again with his new plan and strategy. And the last election world witness again. And eventually Antichrist Dajjal got what they wanted. Antichrist Dajjal had the money and power. So they created chaos in Ukraine and President flee. And finally Antichrist Dajjal and his allies came and immediately recognized the new government in Ukraine. The new government of Ukraine is anti-Russian. That's what they wanted. And the new government in Ukraine will join NATO, and Russia could not stop it because It's a independent states now. At the time Ukraine joined NATO, they sent military force to Ukraine, and now Ukraine is a peak right with Russia. As a result, Russia had to leave Ukraine and Crimea and shut down their military base in Crimea as a result. If it's happened, then Antichrist Dajjal and his allies will celebrate. That's the master plan. That's why US revert Ukraine for World War III. Conclusion. This is the history of Ukraine and Russia. Let me know your opinion on the comment section.